Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Showcase. We are in the city of Enugu, where we met a lady who carried her child in her womb for the period of 6 years. Yes, period of 6 years. Please come with me as I take you to hear from the horse's mouth. All right, my people. We are here with a woman in question who carried her child for the period of 6 years.
My name is Dr. Mrs. Efoma Emedike Awa. I am a medical doctor.
We are the three wise men. We heard something very striking to our ear in the city of Enugu, and that is the reason why we are here to kind of hear from the horse's mouth, because we don't just base our investigations on what we hear. And that is the reason why we came to see you today, to know more about the incident you went through carrying the baby glad in your womb for the period of 6 years. Give me a brief intro about what happened to you and the baby glad.
Glad is a special baby. The pregnancy was traumatic. I carried this pregnancy for 6 years. No scan, no investigation picked this pregnancy. And I bled almost every day for 6 years. I did not take routine drugs for this pregnancy. Carrying pregnancy for a long time, it is called CRYPTIC pregnancy or hidden pregnancy. Some doctors call it pseudo-sciasis because pregnancy is sciasis. Initially, I noticed that I missed my period, and my husband is a medical doctor. He did scan. Pregnancy was not detected. They were only seeing fibroid, but the signs of pregnancy were there. I was vomiting, I had nausea, I was sick, but at a stage, all those signs disappeared. And the only thing I felt throughout was fetal movement. And I went to the hospital, I went for antenatal. The doctors, my doctor was a professor, although he's late now. I was scanned by a professor of radiology. He couldn't pick anything. They could not detect anything in the hospital. It was a midwife, a traditional birth attendant, that detected this pregnancy. It was not detected by scan. Somebody took me to a midwife, an old midwife, that could detect the pregnancy with her bare hands. That was what happened. And I bled throughout the pregnancy. I bled almost every day. I did not receive transfusion. I did not take routine drugs because it was not detected by scan. I didn't go for any antenatal care. At the end of the day, I delivered the baby. I did not do cesarean section for this baby. As of the time I went to deliver this baby in that center, I was number 210th patient with this type of case. So these cases are happening everywhere, but nobody is documenting it. Most of the women that had this experience, they'll just deliver their baby and go to their houses and go and hide. A relation of mine that had this case carried her own for 4 years. Went to a center. I didn't know there was a center like that. Went to a center in Lagos, and they directed me to a center in Port Harcourt. It was there I delivered the baby. So I thank God the baby is healthy and hearty. She's fine.
Wow, that's a very much, should I say, a very touching story about the baby glad and you too experiencing such, should I say, something that it's a kind of rare in this country or in this part of the world. And I must say, people don't even know it's existing. And seeing you hale and hearty after experiencing such a terrific moment that I must say is a blessing from God is something to thank God about. Yes. And Mommy, I have another question for you. Okay. Because I learned in the medical field, traditional birth attendants are not advised. And I would want you to advise me, or should I say advise the audience, or tell the audience what you have to say about it as a medical doctor by profession. What do you have to say about this? Knowing fully well the medical field don't support it or are not in support of it, and you went through it and you delivered successfully through it. What do you have to tell the audience, please?
Initially, I was admitted in the hospital for this case. The professor of radiology did the scan, and he didn't detect anything on the scan. And it is a professor was the professor is late now, was my gynecologist. Nothing was detected, but it was a traditional birth attendant on palpation that detected his pregnancy without scan. And she told me, she gave me the secret of what to do concerning this pregnancy. Traditional birth attendants, medical doctors they condemn everything about traditional birth attendants. But the issue is that they work with herbs. We medical doctors we believe in drugs and surgery. But traditional birth attendants work with herbs and spirituality. I feel to achieve in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, to achieve that total health we need to combine. We need to come together and form a union, because they can offer there are services they can offer we doctors cannot offer. In the Garden of Eden, God started with herbs and not drugs. Personally, I cannot totally condemn whatever they are doing. My grandfather was a traditional bone setter, and he was doing it well, and he worked with herbs. So I feel to achieve that total health concerning health, we doctors we have to come together and come together and decide on what to do, because there are things they can offer we doctors cannot offer. That is what I feel. We believe in drugs and surgery. They believe in herbs, and some of the drugs we get them for the herbs, and some of the herbs are working. Throughout the pregnancy, they attended to me, and I delivered the baby. So I feel they are important, and I feel government should also empower them, because some of them know what they are doing. They should empower them, even form schools, herbal schools. In India, they are using them. In Ghana, in India, Indians use them. Ghanaians, they don't joke with them. Even the drug, when I went to deliver this baby in a hospital, the drug that they used to induce me to deliver this baby, they charged me 1.5 million. They say they get the drugs from India or Niger. Like the drugs are not in Nigeria. And I paid 1.5 million. And so many women are dying as a result of this. So many women are calling me from India, London. They are facing this issue, but no way to tackle it, because there is no medical backup. There is no medical science does not support this. This pregnancy is called CRYPTIC pregnancy, hidden pregnancy. That's what it's called. They call it CRYPTIC pregnancy, and it exists. It's there, because the woman that delivered me told me that she learned this work, and very old woman. Now she learned the work. She went to Ijebode, yes. That's where she learned that work. Somebody taught her how to deliver. As of the time I went to deliver, I was number 2, and I was the 210th patient. Wow. According to what they said, though. And something strange they told me was that the baby was not even in the womb. I don't even know. I don't know how they detected that thing. How they detected the pregnancy, I can't tell. What they use, how they use their hands to detect it, I can't explain. Because the money, the cost of the delivery, and there are centers in Nigeria that have delivered this and the cost is 1.5 million. It is not a joke. So I feel government should come into this matter. Because if not, because I had supporters, I would have died. And there are same people that say it doesn't exist, but it is there, it exists. I feel they should look into this matter. Government should look into this matter and know how to make it easier for women and to reduce maternal mortality in Nigeria, to reduce maternal mortality in Africa. That's it.
All right, ma. Another question I have for you is this: at the course of the 6 years pregnancy, was the shape of your stomach structured in the form of normal pregnancy, or it was somehow that different from the way normal pregnancy shows up?
When they did scan, they could only detect fibroid. So, but along the line, I was bleeding. I bled excessively. But I never took blood. I was never transfused. So once I bleed, the stomach will come down. After some time, the stomach will shoot out. And if you want to do scan, if you want to place the probe on my belly button, the baby will roll and go behind. I'll feel movement. I'll feel quick move. I'll feel movement that will go behind me and stay. Once you remove that probe, the thing will come back. So the whole thing was just mysterious. So that was, I was just having once after the bleeding, the thing will shoot out. After bleeding, the thing will come down. It was just doing like that for 6 years, until when the bleeding reduced, or rather, this is kind of mixed, both physical and spiritual. The part of the reason why this thing happened to me was because of call. I have a call which I never answered. So it was when I now answered that call that the pregnancy started growing. So it's a mixture of spiritual, physical components. As I'm going to say, that's how it is. That's how it was. So that was what happened. Throughout the pregnancy, scan never picked it. Even when I went to deliver, the midwife told me that even if you can do scan now, you will not see the baby, and that the baby is not in the womb. Meaning that a woman without a womb can have a child. As far as I'm concerned, a woman without a womb can have a child. As far as I'm concerned, though. So we medical doctors, most of us don't believe in spirituality. But one thing I know is that spirituality controls the physical. It controls the physical. That was what happened in this case. And this case taught me a big lesson, that no matter what is happening, the doctor of doctors is Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
That's true.
The doctor of doctors is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He's the one that attended to me throughout the pregnancy and saw me through.
All right, mommy. Another question I have for you is this: when you carried the baby glad for the period of 6 years, what were the early signs of pregnancy you were receiving at the course of those years?
Thank you for this question. Another name for CRYPTIC pregnancy is hidden pregnancy. Some people call it pseudo. They call pregnancy sciasis. But this one, they call it pseudo sciasis. It does not follow the normal course of pregnancy. Because normal course of pregnancy, you're supposed to carry pregnancy for 9 months. So this one is totally different from the normal pregnancy. Initially, my husband did scan, did test, did scan, did not see anything. But I was feeling fetal movements. I felt I was feeling kicks, fetal movement. Initially. But along the line, even the early stage, I was vomiting. I had nausea and vomiting, but this is part of the early signs you see in pregnancy. But at the stage, everything stopped. I was not feeling any sign again, but I knew I was getting movement. I was getting movement inside me. It was because of the movement and revelations I had that helped me in the confirmation of this pregnancy. Anytime, like I said before, anytime they want to put a probe on my tummy, I will feel a sharp movement. Something will just move to the back and stay. And what I will now hear, I will now hear something like sound like that. Then once you remove the probe, the movement, I will now feel the movement again. The movements will, I see the thing will now come back again. So it was only those movements that I had throughout. Even the line of pregnancy, I did not see it. I did not see that normal line of pregnancy. It was not there. But my tummy was slightly enlarged. But other signs were not there. So it just like I said before, it does not follow the normal course of pregnancy. It's just on its own. That was what happened throughout the 6 years experience.
This is, I don't even know what to say, my people. But we all heard from the horse's mouth. We heard exactly what happened, how it happened, when it happened, and the period at which it happened. So all we can say is that now we kind of believe, or as she said earlier, that she believes a woman can give birth even without a womb, even if it's not yet scientifically proven. She is a medical doctor and she has a right to kind of prove it when the time comes. So at the course of these 2 years, how has she been feeding? Like, should I say, what has she been eating? Has she been eating like normal children? Like,
when I went to deliver this baby, the midwife called me and said, "Doctor, this area is not your area. This area is a different ball game altogether. Cryptic babies don't breastfeed." I thought it was a joke. I thought she was joking. After delivery of this baby, I could not breastfeed this baby. I did everything. I did massaging. I took all sorts for my breast milk to flow. It couldn't flow. And the baby took milk. And now depend on artificial milk. The midwife told me that cryptic babies don't breastfeed, so I should be prepared to use milk all the way. And that was what happened. When she entered the 3rd month, I started giving her pap, all sorts, and she did well. Her birth weight was 2.3 kg, and I did immunization for her, and she was fine. So even now, she has started school. She's doing well. She's intelligent. She's I don't know how to say it, but she's wonderful. She's doing fine. She's eating everything. She's normal. She's friendly. She's fine. There's no issue. So I thank God for everything.
This is wonderful. I know you all are going to be wondering and asking yourself, where is this baby glad? Where is this baby glad? Just stay with us, for I'm going to show you where the baby glad is and how she is currently. So, what exactly happened the day at which you went to deliver the baby glad?
The day I went to deliver this baby, I was bleeding. I was pouring. The woman now asked me, "Please, how many babies are in your womb? I said, scan is not picking this pregnancy. Scan is not picking anything. I don't even know how many there are. Then the woman said, I'm going to use the stethoscope to get the heartbeat of the baby. If I detect one baby, you will pay 1.5 million. If I detect 2 babies, you will pay 3 million. If there are 3, they're going to pay 4.5 million. But that, I told the woman, I have to deliver today, that I'm bleeding torrentially. I have to deliver today. The woman now said, you cannot deliver today because I have to send this money to India for them to rebuild the drugs back to you. And I said, what will I do about this bleeding now? The woman now said, wait, I'm coming. The woman entered her office and brought out some leaves and washed it. After washing it, washed it little and washed a little bit, and now asked me to open my legs. I opened my legs. He now carried the whole leaves and inserted it inside me. Immediately she inserted those leaves, the bleeding stopped. I was surprised because this is what kills women in the hospitals. And I asked the woman, and I called her, please, can you tell me the name of this leaf that you inserted inside me? The woman started laughing at me and said, doctor, leave this field for me. This is our area. Leave this area for me. This is our area. So I was surprised. The thing was, I couldn't believe it. And I told the woman, this thing you people are doing, it is wrong. It's good. And I told the woman, see, all of you do undocumented things in your different centers in Nigeria. Undocumented, and they're working. And nobody is documenting it. Nobody is documenting it anywhere. That this thing can help the next generation. If you don't tell me, how will I document it? How will I note it down? Anything can happen to you, and that knowledge nobody will know it. So many traditionalists, they have died with their knowledge. So this is not safe at all. And now I was now putting pressure, so the woman would tell me. The woman refused to tell me the name of those leaves. I told her I'm a medical doctor, so I can, even if the drugs in the hospital, even if the drugs we are using, even if they are not working, I can still recommend this one. But she refused to tell me. And so this is happening in different centers all over the world, all over Nigeria. People are doing so many things undocumented. Now, as a medical student, as a medical doctor, I went through medical school for some years, and we read anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pediatrics, all those courses, everything I read was documented by whites. The whites saw some cases and documented, did research and documented. Nobody said, I don't believe in what you are writing. I don't believe in what you've written. They saw it with their 2 eyes and they wrote it down. I said, look at how it happened. How it is. So now that is the same. That is how I'm saying this is what happened to me. And some of my colleagues don't even believe in what happened. This is what happened to me. This is what I passed through. And they are telling me it is not possible. It is not possible because it's not documented anywhere. It's a fresh case. And I'm writing books on it. As I'm talking to you, I'm writing books on it. So whatever they are saying, they are telling me whatever we read in our medical books, they were documented by somebody that experienced it somewhere. So this cryptic pregnancy now is trending now. It's happening. And if you ask all these women that this thing happened to, They'll just deliver their baby and go to their houses. Nobody's talking. Mother came out and said, no, I have to talk. People are calling me. I should not even say it. I said, I have to say it. I have to say it because women are dying. If you check the maternal mortality in Nigeria, it's increasing because of all these things. Women are dying because there are so many undocumented things happening in different centers. That is why I said I have to come out and talk. I have to come out and say, look at what happened to me. Look at what happened to me. And look at what happened. Look at how I managed it. Look at what I did. I managed it. And look at that. If not because of God, also helped. Jesus Christ is still the master. Jesus is still the master. So that is how. So anybody that will come out and tell me you are talking rubbish or you are lying or whatever, that is your own cup of tea. This is what happened to me, and this is how it was. Look at what happened to me. So because it's not undocumented. Because it's not documented in any medical books, does not mean that it is false or it's a lie or it's a scam. So that's how it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the answer, I must say. Thank you so much. And I believe your colleagues, anywhere they are hearing you, and they will kind of see to this. And the organizations at which are in charge of documenting things like this and knowing how it happened or where it happened, I believe they are hearing us this moment and they are going to see to it. Thank you very much, Mom. So, Mommy, with the experience you've had so far and the journey so far of 6 years with the baby glad in your womb, what advice would you have for the women that are listening, and even those that are not listening, that are passing through the same problem at which you went through? What advice did you have to give to them, please?
Pregnancy is a risky journey, sometimes traumatic. Many women are passing through hell during pregnancy. But one thing I know is that so many forces are also fighting pregnancy, unseen forces. But I won't talk about it. I won't talk about spirituality here now. My advice for women is to trust God, the master of all. The master you're going to use during this journey is Jesus. Jesus Christ is the key. If you don't believe in him, you are wasting your time, as far as I'm concerned. Once you hold on to him, the journey is going to be safe. The journey is going to be easy. And at the end of the day, you will get results. You will not die on the road. So I'm encouraging women to embrace him. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the one that will make the journey easy. Whether you are going to the hospital, whether you are seeing traditional birth attendants, or you are going, or you are your house. Some people don't have money to go to hospital now, especially now we in this fuel crisis. Anywhere you are, call on him. He will answer you. Thank you.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Mommy, for this wonderful advice you kind of gave out to the women of entirely, or should I say the women that are listening to you. Thank you very much, Mommy, for this wonderful moment you gave to us.